Welcome to Ascende Superius. This reflection is on spiritual desolation. Failure is a word that can be synonymous with spiritual desolation as we identify it as an end-all to life. Thoughts which stem from fear of failure are paralyzing to the entire makeup of the human person. What is worse is when such thoughts are embedded into the conscience by an outside source, namely individuals, society, or the devil. Negativity and doubt juxtapose the positivity of reality and hope. Instead of allowing ourselves to plummet into a state of despair, we should question the stimulant of despondent emotions, those persons, places, and things which try to inhibit our freedom to choose the grace of God. If none of these outliers exist, then we have to look within ourselves to see why our soul has become depressed with negativity. God does not force us to go against our own conscience, but He instead offers consolation and peace to the soul who prudently discerns the divine will in their life. We deem failure imminent when life itself is not burdened by the busyness of the social world and tame against incurring wars. If we accept the active life to be idle and invest in the interior disposition and economy of the spiritual aptitude, it will be ever growing and advancing in the stillness which God has benefited for the soul. It is a great grace to be aware of the spiritual surroundings in which God places us. As the psalmist says, "Thou hast placed me in a spacious ground." From there, the soul can discern the Lord's path for them and walk in grace. Purity of mind, body, and soul is necessary in order to advance in the spiritual life during a time of desolation. Otherwise, one's effort is in vain. The determined soul must renounce himself and sever ties with evil. It is a monumental undertaking for the heart to be cleansed from entwined passions. We have to foster a healthy detachment in order to make progress. We have to look at it this way. Failures and successes in the eyes of God have no difference. Why is this? God will bless and send His grace in times of trouble and in times of prosperity. How do you think we are able to get through the bad times? Do we rely solely on our own effort? No. Therefore, it is imperative for us to allow God to teach us how He sees things, namely, how to gauge the ups and downs of life. If we cooperate with God in this manner, regardless of the circumstances, we will put our best foot forward without expectation of a favorable outcome. This is authentic faith, hope, and love in God, otherwise known as trust, abandonment and surrender to His will. We learn to rejoice in our sorrows because we understand that God is our strength. Our tears turn into laughter, rejoicing, and praise. We thank God for the opportunities He gives us, the trials and tribulations, the good fortune and abundance. By habitual grace, we can afford setbacks, and we see them now in a different light, no longer with an infantile perception based on garnered worldly happiness. Rather, we can look at our obstacles face to face and see them for what they are, an opportunity to grow. When life seems so barren and desolate, void of love, and any hope of being what you once were, you recognize that it is not about reconfiguring the past, but about forging ahead towards the future. Sometimes we have to start anew, from scratch, as painful as that may be. You have just discovered the hope for a better tomorrow, a new day, and a resurrected life. If you find this content edifying, please consider sharing and liking this video, as well as subscribing to this channel, that we might be able to build a community of individuals who seek after the higher things. Until next time, may God bless you and protect you, and may love and peace reign in your heart.